Please show us a sign.
What the hell was that?
A deserted manor house and a church of ghostly monks await the most haunted team as we travel to Northumberland.
Hello, I'm Yvette Fielding, and this week I've brought my team to a place that was built for peace and tranquility. But now, after many, many years, it has become a fearful place to tread. Welcome to Most Haunted and to Brinkburn Priory.
The beautiful 12th century priory of Brinkburn was founded in the reign of Henry I as an Augustinian priory. It sits picturesquely by a bend in the River Coquet, and it is its proximity to the Northumberland's border with Scotland that has given rise to some of the many ghostly tales associated with this place.
The whole of this area is said to be haunted by a group of monks that were slain during the 14th century raids by the Scottish. Not only can they be seen, but their ghostly chants can be heard over and over again, but only in the dead of night.
The religious order at Brinkburn was dissolved in 1536, and the church fell into disrepair. During the church's renovation, workmen tell of unexplained phenomena.
Dark, shadowy figures have been seen in the church and wandering the monastic building opposite. Deep, moaning voices have also been witnessed many times. And of course, there's always the possibility of bumping into a dark, hooded phantom who is said to inhabit this foreboding place.
The manor house that adjoins the church became a home after the priory's closure, when the Fenwick family took control of the estate. But today, the building is a mere shadow of its former self.
It's easy to imagine the hustle and bustle of everyday life that must have occurred here in years gone by. Although now very empty and void of life, this place still echoes with the past, trying to break through to the present. There are stories of a dark entity that lurks in the cellar, which likes to push people over. It has been seen regularly, usually accompanied by a strange amorphous mist. A grey lady has been seen climbing the stairs. A serving girl, possibly Victorian, has been seen walking through the walls at the entrance hall. And upstairs, a monk was seen reading from a large Bible, seemingly ignoring all who passed by. There are also reports from locals of a woman being seen at an upper storey window when the house is completely empty.
The lives of Brinkburn, from the families that own this secluded house to the staff that serve them, are the main focus for historian Leslie Smith.
Brinkburn is absolutely lovely and nestling in a green valley very close to the Scottish border, and has been subject to some really vicious attacks from borderers crossing over and taking goods from this place. In the 16th century, one particular family had a great impact on this place, and that was the Fenwick family. Later on, the Cadigans came here and remained here till very recently indeed. So really, we've got two strong names to think of later tonight. As well as that, there are servants, of course, in large number here. We should think about the lives that have been, not just in terms of family, but in terms of all of those other people who would have visited here too. And maybe when they came here to Brinkburn, they wanted to remember this place and so perhaps some of them in spirit stayed.
Rarely do we investigate somewhere that can be described as two locations in one, something I wish to discuss with parapsychologist Dr. Kieran O'Keefe.
What I love about this location is we've got two locations side by side. We've had locations before where we've been quite close, but these two literally are next door. It's like, you know, a semi-detached property, isn't it? Huge, but one a church and one this sort of beautiful manor house, this priory.
I think from an investigator point of view, it's perfect. It means that we can run simultaneous vigils. We can have a vigil in the church and a vigil in this particular building and know that there's no sensory leakage between the two. There's no possibility of people misinterpreting sounds from the other vigil as being paranormal. So from an investigator point of view, that's perfect.
What do you think, or where do you think the crew are going to be most fearful this evening? Do you think it is going to be possibly the church? You know, doing sort of calling out for dead people in churches can be a little bit creepy.
I guess there is that aspect, yeah, which I didn't think of, to be honest. Also, the altar area is... it's not naturally creepy. You don't look at it and go, oh, I'm going to be scared. But remember also there are a couple of graves on the altar, and all it takes is for one of the vigils to sit round or sit even on one of the graves. Huge suggestion effect, and people start to feel creeped out by it. So, yes, I expect that, perhaps if they start focusing on the graves. Also, one wing of this particular building, when you walk through it, it has a little bit of a maze-like feel about it. You know, there are lots of doorways off it and lots of other rooms. And I'm wondering if we're going to get a lot of corner-of-the-eye phenomena.
Well, let's hope that we get apparitions galore this evening.
It'll be fantastic.
With that hope in mind, Kieran and I are joined by medium Chris Conway. I'm hoping that he might shed a bit more light on the supposed ghosts of Brinkburn Priory as we begin our lit walk around in the church.
Oh, wow. Oh, my word. It's like a cathedral.
It is. Beautiful.
I didn't know it was this big.
It's huge.
It's deceptive, isn't it? Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. Those stained glass windows are absolutely
Wow.
gorgeous. Look at the colours. Do you know, it's very rare that we're actually allowed inside a church, isn't it?
Yeah.
And instantly I want to do this. What is that about?
And whisper, yeah.
And whisper.
Yeah, I'm so
Going back
scared to speak.
childhood. It's amazing. I absolutely love it.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
So are you picking up lovely, wonderful religious things? Or
Yes.
Are you picking up, you are?
Yeah,
Are you picking up something different?
Pretty obvious for the surroundings that we're in, but as soon as I've walked in, I picked up two religious figures. I picked up a monk, but I've also picked up a nun, which is quite surprising for me because I associate places like this with monks.
Yeah.
But I picked up a monk and I picked up a nun as well.
Let's walk further down.
I don't have the monk's name, but I have the nun's name is Mary.
Right. And can you see them? Are they
Sorry,
called?
Maria. Sorry.
Maria.
Is the nun's name.
So the nun is stood where?
The nun is standing over here in between these two pillars.
Which ones? These two here?
Here.
Okay.
And basically, she's standing. And she's welcoming us.
Oh, is she?
And basically introduced herself to me.
Yeah.
I picked it up as Mary, but it's actually Maria is the nun's name. The monk, I don't know anything about him because he's just standing watching us. Okay.
And do you see where he's standing watching?
Yes, he's standing up here.
Up there?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have a sense of why they're here? I mean, are they haunting here?
Very much so, but they're also interested in us.
In us?
They're interested in what we're doing.